Hi Sloths, and welcome back to Ebon Light. In the last episode, our ship was mysteriously attacked by a creature from the sea. And in this episode, we're gonna kill it, I think. Looking at the stats menu thing real quick, it doesn't look like anything's really changed, apart from we're now wearing a cloak instead. But, let's just get right into the video, I suppose. Or the game, whatever you want to call it. I heard Calipoa yelling. She sounded frustrated, frantic. Ship Eater, I think we'll call it, assuming we survive. Dollier, on the other hand, seemed maddeningly calm. Mavis, now is the time to prove your worth. I set my attention to Saffron, who wore an intense expression that betrayed fear and desperation. Oh, I don't remember his voice. Oh well. The archers are pushing it back, underneath. But it's only a matter of time until we're capsized. That thing is... it's massive. What would you have me do? I can't fight that. I'll handle it. This is your problem. Yep, let's beat the shit out of this fish. Understood. I started moving toward the rail, the taff rail, only to have a black-gloved hand grab my shoulder. Ah, but certainly you want to think this through carefully before charging forward, yes? Stop touching me! Go away! I don't like Dollier, he's creepy. Calipoa, Vadine, but every single bloody episode with that name, I just can't pronounce it. Vadine. That's it. I'm sticking with Vadine. Shush. Anyway, Calipoa, Vadine, and Lacey made their way towards us. The archers are... What about the archers? Shooting Biwana fish in the ocean. Arrows not intended for... Aim better. Mavis, you're all right. Did you get woken up? The pity. I'm not sure driving it underneath is a good idea. The archers are only antagonizing it, but we can't get away quickly enough. If they can shoot at something more vulnerable. Oh, why is the bottom of our ship defenseless? Why didn't we build it with spikes? How easily the mighty fall to their knees at the whims of the sea. That is true. I hate the sea. The sea hates me. The ship can't weather this. And the moment that thing decides to get a little closer... Mavis, sorry to ask this, but... The ship can't weather... Wait, what? Oh, it just added on a little bit. But kill it. Now. Mavis, you're all right. The elf's hands took hold of me, staring at me intently. What are you doing out here? I sent Chandler for her. She's probably going to be the difference for us. His eyes widened, then narrowed. She's not ready for... Don't tell me you've lost your faith in her, Haron. The ship's rocking was growing more violent, and to keep my footing I took hold of Haron. Be careful, that thing is no match for you. No, certainly not. But even so, Madrili, be careful. He pressed his lips against my temple. That will be. Oh, yes. We're going to do it. We're going to murder a fish. We're going to slam its face right back to the bottom of the ocean. That sounds a little bit violent. I will be. He nodded, his grip lingering a moment longer before I was pulled backward. Saffron, Chandler, and Ymir watched me intently. You four go. Terrible crunching sound nearly threw all of us to the deck. When I looked over at the sea, I nearly froze. Bring your ghost? Okay, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Calipoa yelled her order, then quickly moved to that archers. Wait, what? That seems like a grammatical error. Okay. Ignore that for now. What do you want us to do? What? I was frazzled, having difficulty focusing, understanding what they were asking of me. I stared. Orders, Mavis. You want to listen to my orders now? Stay with you? Ymir can help with repairs. He's quick. I may be more useful with the other archers. Ymir goes, Chandler and Saffron stay. Chandler goes, Ymir and Saffron stay. Ymir and Chandler. No. I want to get rid of Saffron. Can we get rid of Saffron? I don't like Saffron. Fucking phone. Of course someone had messaged me. Oh no, it's just a notification. Never mind. Ignore that. Ymir goes, Chandler and Saffron stay. No. We can't get... Seriously, we can't get rid of Saffron. Yeah, let's just get rid of Chandler. Why not? Oh well. Chandler with the archers. Ymir, Saffron with me. Understood. Let's go. I don't know. Let's go. Just a little bit of Mario for you there. Chandler passed Ymir and Saffron a glance as he was rushing off. Probably to his death. I turned toward the sea and marvelled at my incredible misfortune. Aim for its eyes, or the roof of its mouth, its fins, blowholes. Assuming I can aim at anything. Draw it, Mavis. Hurry. This is madness. This is utter madness. How could I be this close? You would drown if you get lost in your mind. We don't have enough madness to die, or to do whatever that is. Maybe it's just bleh. I don't know. Yeah, let's ask for Cuffintal to fight with us. Cuffintal, wake. You must fight with me, for us both. You do not understand. I do not need you to persist. Then... I don't believe you. I don't believe you. No. Then you are a fool. Let's just focus. And so I focused. I had no idea what that meant, what exactly I was focusing on. It all swirled around in my head, as shapeless as a colour I had never seen. Yet slowly, far too slowly, I could feel it coming. Defenders punish them survive at any cost. Punish them? My head began to pound, my jaw tense. Seawater sprayed my face, following the booming splash of the behemoth turning. And what needs punished, human? Other than your hubris? The fish? The sunless elves? You demand punishment, yet refuse to acknowledge your guilt. No, I will not be your sword. If they destroy you, so it shall be. Oh, lovely. Let's just ignore the fact that we just basically died. Defend us. My head began to pound, my jaw tense. Yes, I see that. You seek protection. evils that plague your heels, death chasing, the unfair truth of an unfair life. Mavis, you have to do something. But consider the wolf that kills to eat. We all must eat. Lovely. Ignore that. Survive at any cost. My head began to pound, my jaws tense, blah 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 blah. Desperate hands that reached and reached and reached. Not knowing, not caring, not thinking what it is they reached for. So afraid of being consumed. Just help me. I'm tired of helping. Lovely. So either way we just fucking die. Great. In that case, what's the purpose of this then? Then what purpose was all this? What good are you then? Not a concern you have time to ponder. But I will tell you that I do not wish to be within you. I am forced. I stared at the beast before me, frustrated, confused, terrified. You must help me. I will do nothing willingly. Force me if you can. Focus. Is any of this going to be different? Is anything... Oh, wait, I think this is different. Yeah. Wait, no. There is no justice between us. I don't care. I will not die here. A coward. I am not a coward. Ah, there we go. A bright pulse grew out around me, lingering in the air like a bubble. Saffron gasped beside me. The other elves, though they were unable to afford distraction, long shouted in surprise. The creature rose higher in the air, and the bubble danced around me like flames crackling. As ship swayed in response to the movement of the creature, I stumbled forward. Alarmed to discover the bubble moved with me. Whatever you're doing, you better not be trying to save only yourself. I'm not doing any of this on purpose. She grows obnoxious. The giant fish opened its mouth wide, its terrible huge teeth on full display. How could something like this be real? You will do the rest. I didn't bother asking what it meant. I knew it wouldn't tell me. I knew I didn't have time. The fish was starting to jolt forward. The bubble around me twitched once more, then burst, rushing through me and outward. It knocked the air out of me for a moment. And for a moment my body had seized in a sharp burst of pain. I recovered quickly and watched as a purple construct wrapped around the fish, then melted into its flesh. As it writhed, a wave of arrows shot out like pins, each stuck to the fish, where the purple had melted, burrowing deeper than they had before. Stealing a glance at the archers, a small smile pressed my lips. The fish rolled in the water, making a wave through my footing. Most of the elves recovered fine. Ah! Chandler! Desperate shouts drew my attention, and as I stood, I discovered Chandler had also fallen. Only he had remained down, injured, but I couldn't see why. Mavis! I turned my attention back to the monstrosity. It had again opened its mouth wide, recovered, and was making its way toward the ship again. I had no time to think. As best I could, I pushed the coffin tile outward. Mavis, you can do this! A flurry of purple shot toward the fish and struck it within its gaping mouth. It started to sink beneath the water, and, for just a moment, I thought it was leaving. But then it rose again, so fast its momentum rolled a giant wave over the deck of the bastion. We were all thrown with the water, scrambling for something to keep our footing. Here the elves did no better than I. Soaking wet, I clung to the railing. burning with anger. It is protecting its brood. What was I supposed to do with that? It was going to destroy us. I heard a single shout from the archers and again looked. I couldn't ascertain what bothered them, though Chandler was gone. Vaden and Lacey looked harrowed. Their discomfort did little to bolster my confidence. It's coming! The size of things, it is a beast, but so much larger, so you are its food. Your putrid fear sickens me. Shut up! Mavis, hold on! Another roll and another wave. I kept hold of the railing, my arms feeling weaker. If this went on much longer... Again, Mavis, hit it again. I'm trying. It keeps rolling. Hold. Saffron's voice was lost to the ocean rushing over us, and in a moment of sheer terror I felt my grip begin to loosen. My legs shook weak. They were losing sensation. My fingers were numb and straining. I'd already all but lost my grip with my left hand. And then I did. I lost my grip completely. I was certain I was going to plunge into the ocean, if I was lucky. And I closed my eyes, but I didn't feel myself slipping. I opened them again and realised my feet were planted firmly to the wooden deck. But Coffin Tall? Emir! I saw a flash of peach-toned hair whipping past my right. Let go. Yeah, let's save him here. Why not? I let go of the railing and grabbed at the orange as it whipped past me. To my surprise, as my fingers brushed the fabric of something, a pale hand gripped my reaching arm tightly. My arm screamed in response to being used as a tether against the onslaught of water, but even if I wished to let him go, it was his grip and not mine that kept him there. Only then did I fully realise I was standing untethered myself, by anything but my feet, firmly locked to the deck. As a lapse between the waves came, I found Emir on his knees, his fingers still bearing into my wrist with a fury that stung desperately. I saw the water pooling around him turning red, and realised he had been injured in the wave. The blood seemed to be coming from his torso. And yet again the deck jerked as a wave washed over us, loosening our ever-weakening grips as we struggled to stay aboard the bastion. I didn't know how long the fickle Coffin Tall would be on my side, so I didn't dare let myself depend on it. And I didn't know how much longer Emir could hold on. I gripped hard as the monster kept trying to wash us away, and that's what I knew it was doing. Wait, what? Words. I didn't know why. It could eat the ship, so why? Why bother? Don't! My arm screamed in pain, the bones twisting and pulling. I heard a pop. Worse, I could feel my feet shifting beneath me. I was losing hold. The Coffin Tall. No! Ah, do you see now? Did we just die again? Did we seriously just die again? Yep, we seriously just died again. Great. Let's go back. And let's just ignore Emir. In the wet chaos it was difficult to understand what was happening, and though I heard Saffron's panicked shout, even over the water, I did not completely understand until the wave had subsided. Saffron's face was pale, and both anger and misery festered in her eyes. Emir was gone. I'll be right. They'll make it. Kill it! Yes, I'm fucking getting to that, you little bitch. Wait. Yet again, the deck We've already seen that thing. Don't tell me we have to go all the way back again. Sorry, I kind of like just... my mind just broke for a second there. Completely forgot what was going on. Each horrible twist of the wood, the dark, welcoming fathoms below. While I was thankful that my feet had chosen a convenient time to lock themselves to the deck, even this began to panic me. Thrashed about and doomed, as the ship seemed to be, I couldn't imagine the Bastion was coming away from this hole, even if a beast decided to leave us be. Which it hadn't. You waste so much time. I'm trying to think. The archers had been shooting at its eyes. The mouth was open for all to bear witness, and I thought down in the recesses of that gaping maw, perhaps there soft, vulnerable bits of it. That's a grammatical error, I think. But perhaps it would be better to hit it in the head, massive as it was, or the eyes. I caught sight of some elves, including Ernol and Haron, taking up swords and readying themselves, but for what good could a sword do? They are stubborn fools. The coffin tall, it burns from within. Who's saying that? I turned toward the voice, though I couldn't discern who it came from. There was a flurry of elves around me. Mavis, now! I can't remember which one I chose originally. I think it was here in the mouth. I think this is the right choice. I looked into the abyss of its gaping mouth and decided. Is your mouth soft? Does it hurt to eat? Forcing the coffin towel out of me, I watched a glimmer of purple shoot through the air and then disappeared inside the fish. Nothing happened, and a panic started to take hold. Attack the same place again? Again, I pushed another wave of purple toward the creature's mouth. This time the creature responded by jolting, partially closing its mouth and slowing. Arrows shot from the archer's most, sticking into the fish's face. A few managed to puncture the fish's eye, but it seemed to have thick or slippery skin that they had trouble with. I drew up the coffin towel and pushed it into the fish's mouth again. Though my body was growing increasingly weary, I tried to focus and draw another. Attackos! Kill it! My mind was lost in a flurry, and adrenaline alone moved me. The coffin towel wave moved through my body toward the fish, and this time I noticed a sharp pain as the bolt flew away, followed by weakening knees and collapse to the deck. I saw the fish sinking below, though I couldn't pull myself up enough to get a clearer picture. The ship thrashed again, and this time it accompanied the sound of wood snapping around me. I held desperately to the ship as it slowly righted itself. Each harsh fall came with another snap. I dared not move. I dared not breathe, as it seemed the ship could very easily give in around me. Mundatus, whatever that means. A wave of dizziness passed through me, and my hands had begun to twitch. Ugh. Words are hard to say. My eyelids were becoming heavy. No, not yet. You can't hold this. The voice in my head seemed far away, as though I was separating from the other. And now, of all times, now? Stay. Another horrid crack of wood came from the bad ship, and I felt certain it would give way to the ocean at any moment. But I was spent and sunk to the deck floor, my knees wobbling and unable to hold me any longer. You should have died. You should have died. Saffron? I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. My knees gave in. Hey, easy. Mavis, careful. You're exhausted. I was, but could I sleep? What if it came back? You were magnificent, so beautiful, Madrilee, so brave. But Ship, it's... He looked around, holding me close. It'll be alright. We'll find a way to repair the damage, and we'll limp home. We'll be alright. We're going to die, aren't we? We're not going to die, Mavis. You can't think I'd let that happen. And after all you did. My eyelids were so heavy. Rest, my Madrilee. I'll keep you safe. Mavis? Yanra Riot. I think that's how you're supposed to pronounce that. I have no idea. My eyelids were heavy. My arms felt like weights strapped to my shoulders. The soreness of 3 days foraging without rest couldn't begin to compare. My legs were barely any better, and all through my stomach and my chest there was a weariness, a weakness. How are you feeling? I looked at the commander, sitting next to the bed, confused. I think we actually have a compendium thing about the fish eater. Let me have a quick look. It'll be somewhere. Law, maybe? Yes, the ship eater. There we go. We haven't looked at the law in the compendium for a while. Oof. Not for quite a long while. I think I'll read this and end the episode. Or part, or video, or whatever you want to call it, really. We haven't come up with an official name for it yet, but I've heard some of the crew refer to it as Ship Eater. Despite our efforts to take cuts of it, the ship and crew were in no shape to preserve it with any great success. We have a large tooth from the front of the creature. As far as most of the crew is concerned, that is the prize to be had. I realised that these reports will meet with certain doubt, not the description of the creature itself, but the role she played in the defence of the bastion. We Garleans are proud, and do not like to accept assistance, so I've been advised to remark that our crew would have been well capable of defending the ship without her, but I am not going to lie. If I must offer platitudes to soothe the ego of my kin, then I offer only the reminder that the Cuffintal is Gallian, and thus I guess we could say her ability came from us. But make no mistake, were it not for her, the ship would have been destroyed, and most of us would have lost our lives. As it stands, we can mount repairs at sea, and will continue toward our objective with a slight delay. Scout Vadine's 12th report Cuffintal investigation. If I had noticed that it was Vadine who was doing that report, I probably would have said that in Vadine's voice, but oh well, whatever. Yeah, let's end the episode. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, it's always free, and I'll see you later.